Joshua Davies and Ayla Cresswell were talking about marriage and starting a family. Joshua, who had depression, unexpectedly took his own life. Ayla, grieving, realised that reproductive technology could still allow her to have Joshua's baby. His parents fully supported the idea. They obtained an urgent court order allowing for the removal and storage of Joshua's sperm. They then sought an order allowing the use of Joshua's tissue for reproduction. In Queensland, there is no specific legislation on this topic. Instead, the Transplantation and Anatomy Act 1979 treats the removal of sperm the same as the removal of other organs for things like organ transplants. Justice Brown said, in Queensland, the power to remove sperm for use in assisted reproductive treatment is removal for use of the sperm for a medical purpose. Therefore, the statutory regime applies. That regime limits the purpose for which consent can be provided for the removal of the tissue and gives paramountcy to the consent of next of kin, while ensuring due regard is had to the wishes of the deceased. Such limitations preserve the dignity of the deceased. Under the Act, before tissue can be removed, the coroner must consent. This might be important if, for instance, the coroner required a full autopsy. In this case, Ayla had a court order, but the court confirmed that normally the coroner's consent would be required. The next issue was whether the sperm could be property. The court can only make property orders about who should control the tissue if the tissue was property. Normally, there is no property in a deceased body unless it has become the product of additional skill, for instance, preservation for study or research. That didn't apply here. Justice Brown found the weight of authority in the most recent cases in Australia and England supports the fact that the common law recognises that sperm removed from an individual to which work and skill is applied so that it can be preserved is capable of being property. That recognition has developed as an exception to the principle that there is no property in a corpse. From this case, we learn that the Transplantation and Anatomy Act allows the removal of sperm from a deceased person for assisted reproduction, provided the coroner and senior next of kin consent. Once removed, though, the sperm is property, about which the court can potentially make orders.